Okay, so this is going to be a very quick video of me going through what a hook or a grabber is, which is the first thing you're going to see when you're writing your paper. So you're starting off the introduction paragraph in an interesting way. This is the first thing that will the reader will see, so it should capture their attention. It needs to be something that will want to make them continue to read on, because if they see the hook and they're not interested, they are not going to continue to read your essay. Therefore, you can't persuade them or argue for them to do anything or change their thoughts, which is the whole purpose. So, again, the purpose is to capture the reader's attention, and it starts off the essay in an interesting way. It's literally the first thing you see when you start reading the essay, so the very beginning of your introduction. So some ways that you can start off your paper. So you can open with a question. Now, be careful that this isn't the whole middle school approach, like a question that would be formed as, what do you think about blah, 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 your topic? Or have you ever thought about da, 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 da. Okay, so make sure if it is a question, it's thought-provoking and it's edgy, and it captures the reader's interest. It's actually something that is not boring. You can open with an anecdote, which is a short, interesting story about yourself, or it could be a real person, could be hypothetical, could be a personal example. Let's say you are personally connected to your topic, something, talking about your family member that this happened to, or something that it personally happened to you. Or it could be a hypothetical example, like imagine if blah, 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 blah. Again, having to do with your topic. So if you do a personal example, this is the only time in your essay that you're going to be able to reference yourself. So I'm just going to give a lame example, but if you were doing an essay about why we should, ban smoking or something, and your family members maybe all passed away from, from smoking or lung cancer or whatever, you can talk about that in the beginning as an interesting way to start your paper, because it's also connecting you to your topic as well. You don't have to do that though. Okay, another example, you can open with a statistic or a fact. The more shocking it is, the more it's going to capture the reader's interest and they'll want to continue to read on. So this is a great way. I usually see a lot of people use this option as their hook or grabber. So again, as you start to research your topic, look for something really shocking and maybe start off with that so that they'll want to read on. Again, if you use this one, make sure that you keep the information from the source you got it from, because you're going to have to go back later and cite where it came from. You could also drop the reader into a situation to make them feel connected to the topic in some way. So you could say, picture that your entire family or your entire family is sitting at the dinner table and every single person is looking at their cell phone. And that could be a good way to kind of connect them to a topic about how technology is, or cell phone technology or social media might be, whatever, a detriment to teenagers or something like that. So if you kind of drop them into a situation, have them picture themselves in a situation, that would be another good way to start. Now, this last option, and again, there are other ones, I'm just kind of giving you some examples, but this one, the preparatory definition or explanation, it's this topic or this option as a hook or a grabber is only if your topic requires explanation or more information at the forefront. So it'd be like if I wouldn't understand your whole paper unless you explained to me what that particular thing was. For example, one student one year did a paper on, I think it was called canned hunting, where literally in Africa, I could be getting this wrong, but in Africa they have like caged in areas where people can go hunt for animals. I didn't know what canned hunting was, so if the whole paper was talking about canned hunting and they didn't explain to me what that was in the beginning, then I would have a hard time understanding and grading that paper. So this preparatory definition is not like, social media is defined as, or technology is defined as, or a professional athlete is defined as, blah, blah, blah. It's not You know, if you have a topic that doesn't require this, then don't use this one. But anyway, this is the last option that I have listed, but there are plenty of other options. So by Thursday night, I'm hoping that everyone has their thesis statement finalized. And if we need to go past that a little bit, as long as everyone posted in there, even if we're still working on them for a little while after, that is fine. But the next thing you should be working on is making your introduction paragraph. And I want you to follow what I'm telling you piece by piece, because if you wait till the very end, you're going to be writing an entire paper at the very end of this. And that's a lot of work at one time. So if you just do it in chunks like I'm asking you, that will be a lot easier for you. So now you have all the notes you need and all of my explanations on how to put together your introduction paragraph. So you're starting off with your hook, something interesting to capture the reader's attention. You might need a little bit of something in between, and then you end the paragraph with the thesis statement. So I would open up a Google Doc if I were you, and start typing out your introduction paragraph so that you can keep adding to it every time. So the best place I think to do that would be a Google Doc, because then at the end you can probably just share it with me, and then I can grade it that way. So what I'm asking you to do is start looking for or thinking about what you want to do for your hook. Type it up. Again, if it's from a source like a statistic or something, make sure you save the source so that you can go back and cite it later when I tell you how to do that. And then figure out how you need to transition into your thesis statement, and then end with your thesis statement that I approved. So everybody should have, at the end of this, I'm hoping, a thesis statement that was approved by me, so that when I go to grade this, every single person is getting 100 on their thesis statement. Okay, so you're getting full credit on your thesis statement, and that is the setup for your entire paper. So if your thesis statement was approved by me, then there's no way you could possibly not know how to structure the rest of your paper. It means your arguments are there, and your stance is good, and everything's good to go. So make sure you are fully starting to work on this paper now. All right, bye.